Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Dawn of War 2 Elite Mod replay. So on the north side as the Farseer, we have SoStenes. Spawned on the south side as the Force Commander, we have Ardias. Going for the PowerPoint, going for the requisition for... Nope, goes like double power for the Eldar player, so we may see something being rushed out, such as Rangers or something. Maybe Guardians weapon team, I'm guessing Rangers. Force Commander now going for Tactical Marine Squad. He has captured this requisition point and now he has got this power point as well as make his way up north. Tactical Marine Squad's almost fully built out. We do not see another Guardian Squad. Both of these power points have been activated as well, so he's eyeing for something early in power.
Support structure complete.
And the Force Commander is going for another Scout Squad. Allen Banshees are captured up that requisition point, and they will tie up the Force Commander up in melee. Guardian Soldiers camping the area, no V, not captured the requisition point. And now the Farseer is advancing forward, trying to get some good damage there onto the Force Commander. They've engaged each other in melee, but of course got the Tactical Marines here to support the Force Commander.
Space Marines have targeted one of us. Generator operation.
Farseer has got inside that garrison, got the Scout Squad upgrade shotguns, and now do have the Guardian weapon team deployed on them. Allen makes us receive some shotgun fire there. So you got the Farseer tying them up in melee. And the Scout Squad does see a bit of fire there. Not upgrade for anything just yet. On the left side, we do have the Farseer pushing forward, capturing some good damage there on that Tactical Marine Squad, but sees quite a bit of good damage as well. Guardian Squad, Guardian Howling Banshees does get forced back there. You see a bit too much damage there. And this point's now going to be deactivated. We do have a single power generator over here, and do have now the Guardian Weapon team now trying to pull it up, trying to find a good angle. Force Commander now seeing a bit of fire there. Scout Squad moving around, and this point does get deactivated now.
Our kin watch from above.
Scouts find these Hellbangers, may see shotgun blast there. Does get the Sergeant upgrade. Good shotgun blast there. He may go for a grenade now. The Hellbangers do suppress the Tactical Marines with their shout. And the Farseer will be tying up the Scout Squad up in melee. Force Commander trying to tie up the Farseer up in melee. And Tactical Marines does get some good damage there as well. And looks like she will go and escape out of there, being upgraded through Armor of Fortune. Guardian Squad here has a bit of fire down to 3 models. Frag grenade thrown the garrison, and he ate that grenade, getting a full wipe there. We do not have a Ranger Squad out in the field, or not being upgraded to the Pathfinder gear just yet. May need a little bit more resources, and perhaps some alive Howling Guardian Squads would be very useful as well.
The enemy is claiming a victory point.
These forces starting to make their way over the right side. Tactical Marine Squad over in this region. We've got the Assault Marine Squad heading up north as well. We've got the Scout Squad in this region as well. This is not the one upgraded Sergeant. It does find a good volley there onto the Farseer. Armor of Fortune grants the Fortune ability, which is a damage reduction unit on an allied unit for, by 30% for 15 seconds, which is actually pretty good.
Guardian weapons team ready.
Scout Squad does get forced back there by the heavy weapons team. Squad Banshees are falling them back, trying to avoid any additional combat. We've got the Assault Marines in this region. Scout Squad eyeing the capture of the Central VP. And it looks like the Rangers have now been upgraded to Pathfinder gear as well, giving a whole bunch of sniper rifles. Or what's it called? 3 long rifles. You know how the Tactical Marine Squad gains suppressed there by the heavy weapons team? You can see the kinetic burst there on the Force Commander. Great special attack there onto the Force Commander by the Farseer. Still no knockback there from the kinetic pulse. Scout Squad and Assault Marine Squad in this region. Force Commander gains good damage there onto the Farseer. Farseer needs to fall back sooner rather than later. Decides to jump on top of the Devastator. The heavy weapons team does not take time to take out the Farseer. We may see a kinetic blast of one of these forces. And does get a nice shout there on front top of the Assault Marine Squad. Just getting some good damage there with his Ranger Squad. Scout Squad does fall back. Guardian Squad has been rebuilt as well. Both sides have got quite a bit of resources stockpiled up. The Farseer should have enough for a tier 2. And the Force Commander will have enough for a tier 2 momentarily. We got additional power generator deployed out here by the Force Commander. Alan Bates is going to try to hack it apart. Both players are now going for tier 2. Rangers do receive a bit of fire there from those scouts as they do fall back. And generator does go down as well. Down south, we've got the Scout Squad, Assault Marines, Tactical Marines, and Force Command all advanced forward, trying to get some good damage. Farseer Squad does fall back.
Support structure.
We have located a strategic point.
No, so the Rangers will go and take time to capture up that VP.
Our mission above all.
Assault Marines now advancing forward. We've got the Guardian Squad now firing away. No upgrades on the Guardian Squad just yet. And now it looks like the Rangers are going to be falling back.
Complete. The Elder host now wields greater weapons.
No need for
Third enemy grenade. The Scout Squad was trying to eye for a grenade there. Rangers have used their utilized their energy, getting some good damage on the Scout Squads. This one has no upgrades mode. The Shotgun Squad could either get a Shotgun Blast or throw a grenade. Decides to fall, just do damage as they fall back.
We are losing a requisition point to the enemy.
Taking position in the brush.
Our forces shall have tools for their task.
So do have a fresh webway gate there. No other webway gates are currently played on the field.
so they resist us.
And now got the Assault Marines and the Tactical Marines advance forward. Force Commander leading the charge. Assault Marines do get a nice knockback there, knocking back all of those models, and does force both of them back now. Farseer can't really go on in by herself. There's split too much fire there. Now going straight for the Shotgun Squad, just trying to force them back. Those get both squads inside the garrison.
Space Marines are targeting one of our structures.
Over here, plasma grenade thrown, does avoid it. The Rangers gains good damage there. We do now have a Wraith Lord here, unupgraded, got a Dreadnought on the field queue for the Force Commander. Once in that Dreadnought, maybe we're going to get the Bright Lights upgrade there onto the Wraith Lord. Could see the Melted Bomb upgrade onto the Assault Marines as well. Currently they are suppressed by the heavy weapons team. They do jump on top of the Rangers, trying to displace them. Rangers are not very durable. They only have 450 max health, at least at level 1. And that Ranger squad does fall back in time. You've got the scout squads falling back as well. Scout squad eyeing for the right flank, trying to catch up some points here. The Wraith Lord squad push on forward. There's 2 power generators right there. That's a little bit of assertive power generation. Having 5 generators on the field. Has a bit of requisitions stored up, and he has now gotten his Stern Guard veterans, currently loading up armor-piercing rounds. One generator will likely go down. And the Dreadnought was actually cancelled as well. Force Command has been upgraded with the Power Fist, a good anti-vehicle melee weapon. Helmets now charging forward do have the aspect of swiftness as well, so able to not be upgraded with the heavy melee weapon. Great damage there onto the Force Command. It does use the Rosaris or Iron Halo ability there in order to get some more health in the form of shields. Melter Bomb does connect there, gives some great damage on the Wraith Lord now. Farseer gains good damage from there, trying to tie up the certain veterans with hard loaded with anti-vehicle rounds. And Farseer is receiving a bit too much fire there to stick around. Farseer needs to fall back sooner or later. She's prone to being wiped for the moment. Do now have a fire dragon spot on the field, gains some great damage there, and also has been upgraded to the flamethrower leader. Stern Guard Barons do get some good rounds there onto the fire dragons. Got kinetic burst there from the Rangers, getting a good knockback on the Stern Guard Barons. 2 of the fire dragons do in fact go down. Now you got the Assault Marines now, or Howling Base charge on forward as well, trying to tie up the Stern Guard Barons with melee. You get a nice shout there, guarding from the team here, and we do got the Warlock now advancing forward. Stern Guard Barons do fall back. They do get fully wiped there, which is actually a big loss there for the Force Commander. So Marines do get a nice jump there. We do also have the Dreadnought now on the field. And he does get this Power Fist stun ability right there. The Flesh over Steel ability. Wraith Lord needs to run away, sustaining a bit too much damage there. Fire Dragons have been redeployed, not fully reinforced. Needs to start hitting that Dreadnought. But looks like the Wraith Lord will in fact go down. It's just going to make him fight to last. Good damage there onto the Dreadnought at the moment. The Force Command is going to take time to tie up the melee the Fire Dragons. We're not now receiving some repairs from the Scout. It's the unupgraded Scout, and he's gone out of range to repair abilities, so we stopped repairing. Assault Marines do get some good damage there onto the Howling Banshees. The Howling Banshees do fall back. It's unlikely they'll get wiped out. Fire Dragon's down to 2 models, so he needs to fall back, get those guys reinforced. Farseer now engaging the squad there. Just get a nice little jump there onto the Garden from the team. And now the Assault Marine squad does fall back entirely. Rangers are captured along the right flank. We do got a Dreadnought here, getting some much needed repairs.
Enemy Space Marines are claiming a victory objective.
Looks like Rangers getting some good hits there onto the Scout squad. I'm not sure where they are at the moment.
Our camouflage hold.
way down there, actually. Basically charging forward, trying to get some good damage there onto the scout squad. And a nice shot there, forcing back those scouts. Webwood gains now receiving quite a bit of fire there. Does get taken out quite quickly. The Howling Banshees are in the region, trying to avoid any additional fire from the assault cannon of the Dreadnought. Wraith Lord has been upgraded with Bright Lance as well, so this should be a very, very good engagement there for the Wraith Lord. But we've still got the anti-disable ability right there. It does take out, disable the Wraith Lord. Fire Dragon's still firing away, but they're hitting the Force Commander. Force Commander is down to half health. Good plasma grenade there, getting a great hit there onto that scout squad. Assault Marines do tie up the heavy weapons team up in melee. Do fall back. They should escape out of there. Has plenty of models remaining. Farseer still receiving fire from the Force Commander. Force Commander is out of energy, down to a little less than half health, and does fall back. Assault Marine squad sort of dancing around, trying to avoid any additional combat.
The humans persist. Pitiful.
Our Rangers have met their end.
And now we've got the Ranger going on down. Howling Banshees charging forward, getting some good damage there onto the Assault Squad. The Assault Squad does fall back now. Howling Banshees now sprinting forward, trying to pursue, getting some good damage in. They may get one more slice or two. Has not the Sergeant there, so it's just a regular model, but none of the models go down either way. Both players going for tier 3 now. We do got plenty of red points for both sides. That should, yeah, that's more than plenty for Terminators. And both sides could potentially pull out their nuke relatively soon. The Farseer does not have enough for nuke. That was just a storm, but pretty close to it. We may see the Soul Cannon barrage right there. Fire Dragon does fire. They do have the knockback immunity there, but does get one of his own models annihilated. Force Command trying to tie up the Fire Dragons up in melee. They do get inside the garrison. Bright Lance with the Wraith Lord advance forward, getting some great damage there, but the Fire Dragons are hitting the Force Commander. They're not now trying to run away from the Wraith Lord. You will see some more Bright Lance hits there, as well as sword hits. Giant sword hits. More Fire Dragon shots there, and there goes the Dreadnought. Two Scout squads here, couldn't get the repairs in time. The unupgraded Scout gets annihilated. The other one is still in the region, has all its models. And the Melt Bottom does connect onto the Wraith Lord. And now it's going to be taking time to deal with these power generators. And now we do have the Farseer there. It's just all +10 next to the Farseer. That could have been the power generator. Howling Page is pushing way forward. The VPs are very similar, 278 to 260. So the Eldar player just surpassed his opponent in VPs. And now we got the Howling Pages doing falling them back. We got the Farseer pushing around, receiving some fire. Now we've got these forces advancing forward, trying to engage. We do have the Guard Swift taking some good suppression there. Howling, the Guard Swift team seeing quite a bit of damage there. Melt Bomb does connect onto the Wraith Lord, getting repaired up, but there's no real weapons to engage the Wraith Lord at the moment. Last Monday does get thrown in the feet of the Wraith Lord. And these forces are advancing forward. We may see Terminators deployed in mid-combat, I believe. Assault Marines receiving private fire, trying to deal with the heavy weapons team. The heavy weapons team, the guard weapons team does get fully wiped out there. The Wraith Lords receiving more and more fire there. Oh, the Force Commander has the Power Force. That is a good anti-vehicle weapon, and does take out the Wraith Lord there. So he takes out the Wraith Lord, which is very good. Do not have Seer Council deployed on now. The Force Commander has a mass reserve of resources. He may be eyeing for a Lane Raider. Or that could, is it an orbital strike or dreadnought or Terminators? We do see some Terminators. The Terminator Assault Marines, Assault Squad has been pulled on the field.
Our life being extinct.
That is something you don't want to be teleported in front of you. Farseer's captured that point. We got the Scout Squad falling back as well. We're trying to run with the Seer Council. The Seer Council should do reasonably well. Actually, I don't know who wins a one-on-one fight. The Assault Terminators or the Seer Council. They're both melee. It wouldn't surprise me if it gets pretty close, but do have some supporting forces there, including the Howling Banshees. We also got this here. Is that, no, that's the Warp Throw ability. We do have the Gravity Blade now being activated, stunning and throwing back all the Terminator models as Assault Marines are receiving good fire there, but does get some great knockbacks as well. Assault Marine Squad needs to fall back sooner rather than later, almost getting fully wiped out. And Assault Marine Squad does not get fully wiped out there. He could have waited around a little bit longer to get that Assault Marine wiped out. Wait, that is the Avatar War. Avatar War now in the build queue. Assault Terminators still have plenty of health remaining. And now just decay from that point and running away. Force Commander eyeing the central VP, so soon there'll be a capture in favor of the Force Commander, evening out the ticket lead. Howling Banshees, Seer Council now advancing forward. Assault Marines all have trouble beginning 2v1. But of course, the Force Commander is in the region. He does have the Iron Artificer armor for a nice amount of health and health regen. Basic but decent armor. Does have the Iron Halo and full energy reserve, so it's actually pretty similar engagement. I think if they would have, both squads would have gauged each other, it probably could have gone either way. All depends on how many knockbacks, special attacks, and all that sort. You now have a webway gate being pulled out right there. Assault Terminators trying to capture the central VP.
Let the 99th sword be home and made ready for war.
He does spot the webway gate there. The sergeant is a good spotter. And now this Fire Dragon squad does get forced back. Their weapons, of course, good against everything. Great knockback there on the Guardian squad, and he did not get the full capture there. Assault Marines could take time to recapture the point. Got the Scout Squad and Force Commander and the Terminators advancing forward. Scout Squad needs to capture up that point. Got these guys camouflaging forward. They do get reviewed by the Scout Squad. Seer Council trying to hit that Scout Squad. It's a nice easy target for them. Howling Banshees shout in the faces. Does get a nice shotgun blast there onto the Howling Banshees. Scout Squad does fall back. Assault Terminators now starting to close the distance there. Assault Marines receive quite a bit of fire, so has the Howling Banshees. Assault Marine Squad does fall back. Seer Council right here. I'm not sure where the Avatar War is at. Right here. That is right there. The Force Commander will spot the Avatar War now. Oh, that's a nuke. Oh, and he hits his own Seer Council a little bit as well. Of course, that's just a Force Commander. That was a waste of ability there, honestly. Avatar War now on to capture camp the central VP. This point is not being captured on up, or has been captured up by the Eldar players. Space Marines trying to capture the left flank. And this point is not captured up by the Eldar player. Farseer has swapped out her weapon, now has the Doombringer, which grants the Doom ability. It's probably purely meant for that Terminator squad. Webway gate now receiving quite a bit of fire as well. We got the Farseer and the Howling Banshees capture the central VP. Now got the Fire Dragon Guardian squad advancing forward. We got the big cone of death right there. Hits one's own Scout Councils. Did a bit more for the Assault Marines and the Scout. Terminators as well as the Force Commander now advancing on forward. You got the Seer Council quite wounded. They can withdraw also. The Fire Dragon does get inside the garrison there. Very nice. Force Commander now receiving a bit of fire. Scout Squad does throw a grenade in that garrison. Let's get back in the garrison as well. Howling Banshees now in the mix as well. Guardians now firing at range. They've got the Doom ability there onto the Assault Terminator. At this point in time, As much as the hammers probably be good versus the... Yeah, they probably need to keep those hammers to engage the Avatar, not go with the Lightning Claw.
The craft world shall rejoice in our victory.
And looks like the Force Commander decides to back out of the game. Maybe a little bit too early. He still had... I probably would have backed out after using an Orbital Strike, but he decides to back out of the game. It's just... He didn't really need to back out this moment. There's still plenty of tickets to play around with. I think he backed out too early, honestly. By the way, this is Adam Grade saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay.